And that's important because breast cancer is curable. A lot of patients can cure from breast cancer if we find it in an early stage. And that's why it's important to screen. And in Belgium we have the opportunity to take part in what we call the bevolkingsonderzoek. The bevolkingsonderzoek is an invitation you get from the government for every 2 years to get a mammography. Okay? I'll explain that later. What I also want to benadrukken tonight, to emphasize tonight, is that what we call breast awareness. Okay? As a woman, you know your breast the best. There is no one else that knows your own breast better than you. And we always advise to check on your breast very often. Okay? We advise our patients for 1 time a month to check the breast. Maybe in the mirror to look at it. You can feel it, but that's a little bit difficult because breasts change during your life, and when with age the consistency change in the menstrual cycle, it can change, but you can look at your breast. Okay? And then it's important to check for minor changes. Changes that can occur are little the redness of the breast that gets bigger, fluid that comes out of the nipple that goes inside. If you see things like that, it's important that you take contact with your general practitioner or your gynecologist to have it checked. Yes. Then I come back to the part of the bevolkingsonderzoek. So with the bevolkingsonderzoek, we try to detect some type of cancer in an early stage. In a group of patients. It's mostly selected on base of gender and age, and that have a normal risk to develop that type of cancer. Some people have a higher risk to develop breast cancer, like people with genetic mutations, but people with a normal risk can take a screening mammography every 2 years in Belgium. Okay. The test that we use is mostly a cheap test that will not do any harm. Okay. For breast cancer, you can have a mammography every 2 years. It's for every woman living in Flanders between the age of 50 and 69. Okay. And you get an invitation every 2 years. The first invitation is in the year that you become 50 or 51. And then when you get the result and it's normal, every 2 years you get a new invitation. Okay. Women that are treated for breast cancer, had breast cancer in the past 10 years, or had a mammography earlier in the past 2 years, they don't get an invitation. Only when you have a normal risk and no mammographies before, then you get the invitation. Invitation is a letter you get at home, and it has an appointment already on it. So you can just go to the appointment, or you can change it if you want. Okay. Then you go to the place where the mammography is taken. They will ask you to undress, and there's a nurse that will help you to position the breast to take the right pictures. There are 2 pictures that are taken. It's one from above and one from the side. Okay. And then they check if the quality of the pictures is good. When it's good, you can go home, and then there are 2 radiologists that will check the mammographies. It's one from the place where the mammography is taken, and one radiologist from the centrifugal who will check the mammography as well. If there's a little doubt, if the result is inconsistent between the 2 radiologists, there is a 3rd radiologist that will check the picture as well. They also check if there are older pictures, and they will put the results beside each other to see if there are any differences.
Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks after you had the mammography, you get the result at home. There are 2 options. One option is that the result is normal, there are no problems, you don't need any further investigation, and you get a new invitation 2 years later. it's important that if in the 2 years you develop some complaints about the breast, you see any changes, that you contact your general practitioner or gynecologist and not wait for the other mammography 2 years later. If you see something, you just come early, okay? If the results shows any if there's something wrong with the picture, then they will send you that you have to do some extra investigations and contact your practitioner, your general practitioner. Most of the patients that get a result that is not normal don't have cancer. It's only a small part that will have cancer. Okay, so don't be worried if you get a result that there are extra investigations needed. It's not necessarily that you have breast cancer. Okay. We see that at the moment in Belgium, in Flanders, in Antwerp specifically, about 52% of the women go to the mammographies they get invited to. That's a little bit low, so we like to see that it's more, because what we know is when you do the screening, we can detect the tumors in a really smaller stage. Breast cancer develops because of one population of cells that starts multiplying, yes. Uncontrollably, it will grow and grow and grow, and in time it will be like a tumor, okay? But it starts really small. You can feel the tumor when it's about 3 centimeters, but we can detect it when it's about 2 or 3 millimeters with the mammography. So when you do the mammography, we are able to detect it more early, so it means the tumor is smaller. That means that the chance for dissemination of the tumor elsewhere in the body, like the lymph nodes or the liver, is a lot, the chances are a lot smaller. The treatment is often more easy, like the chances for chemotherapy are lower. We can do surgery that is conservative surgery, so we don't have to take the whole breast away, just the tumor. And we see that the patients that have breast cancer and are detected in an earlier stage, they live longer. Okay, so it's really a good thing that we can detect it more early. Yeah. So to conclude, you know, breast cancer is a problem that is that a lot of women get confronted with. We cannot completely prevent it, but we can detect it in an early stage. And detecting in early stage, there are 2 important factors. It's one, the breast awareness. Check your breasts often. Look in the mirror, see if there are any differences. And to take part of the bevolkingsonderzoek and the mammography with the screening. So we can detect it in an early stage, so the treatments will be more bearable and your chances to live are higher. So that was what I wanted to tell you.
Please. Thank you so very much, Dr. Julie. In a very short time, you really went all the way. I don't know, you know, a lot of us are just relaxing and looking, but sincerely, this event is not just like the normal event where you come to eat. It is information filled. Dr. Julie mentioned something here, and I'm so grateful that the men are also here. And I want to believe that when we get back home, we're going to help our wives through all these things. It is not an easy road. It is not an easy road. The stigmatization, the pain, the loneliness, it is not something, you know, you would even want to wish on your enemy. So please, I want to encourage us. As a woman, you're here. I'm not a medical doctor, but from the few things I have taken from what Dr. Julie said tonight, your best friend is your gynecologist. No matter what you see, always check yourself. Do not say it doesn't matter. She mentioned to check monthly, especially after your period, yes? If there is any discoloration on your breast, see your doctor. If your nipple is standing out and all of a sudden it is sinking in, see your doctor. It's not for any reason. It might be no problem at all, but rule out every eventuality. She made mention of another point tonight, which really, really interests me. When breast cancer is caught early, it is what? Treatable. We are all putting on our clothes. Nobody knows what is going on within us. Do not think what the next person will say. Nobody cares about nobody. Take care of you. Breast cancer is treatable. For me, that is my takeaway tonight. So, and I want to believe that every woman, and even the men here, there are various forms of cancer. We had it. You don't have to do anything. It's because of the mismutations of the cells. And when they begin to grow, some of us, when we are hiding it, the tumor becomes something else. But once you notice that first thing that looks like a boil, that very first time, and you begin to reach out medically, most of these cancers are curable. So, Dr. Julie, we want to say thank you. Thank you so much. It was impactful. Thank you. So tonight, I'm going to be bringing up somebody who has walked through this dark road, but survived. And who is willing tonight to share her story with us. That is why I said this event, beyond being the anchor of the event, it means so much to me. Because wherever the woman is, and she needs to move on, she needs to be encouraged, count me in. Why do I say count me in? Because this woman is the giver of life. And we all know what it means to bring life, yes? Then why add any other thing to her? Now this same woman has to go through breast cancer. This same woman, most times because of treatment, has to lose those breasts. And we know, for most of us, for the clothes to fit, it is our breast. And when those breasts are no more, sometimes the confidence is no longer there. But we don't say all those things. Please, with a round of applause, I want to welcome Sheila Lugovani. I'm sorry, I hope I mentioned the name very well. Sheila will be sharing with us her story and her journey. Thank you so very much, Sheila, for agreeing to do this with us. We are grateful. Thank you. Please keep clapping.
Good afternoon, everybody. God is good all the time. My name is Sheila. I come from Kenya. And today is exactly 1 year since I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
What?
Yeah, it was June. I remember it was in June that I started to feel something on my right breast. So I asked my daughter, can you come and feel it? Am I feeling something or I'm just imagining? She came and she told me, hey, I felt something, there is something, so you have to see the doctor. So we made an appointment with the doctor. And then there is where the journey began. So when I went to the doctor, he felt something also. Then he told me we shall start with the tests. We have to do some tests to know what it is. If it's just a small tumor, if it's nothing serious, then we can just bring it out. But when we started the tests, it came out that I was having breast cancer. So the time I was told, the doctors here, they know how to deal with it. They told me you can come with your partner or someone so that we can tell you what it is. So when I went, she knew how to say it. So when she said, I said, hey, doctor, you know this is a big word, just to hear you are having cancer. It's the name cancer alone is very big. You just start to imagine, oh, what is this, what is this? But the way she explained, she said, oh, it's okay. Nowadays the technology is very good, so don't worry about it. We shall start the journey. So we started the journey. I started with the chemo. I did some 4 times chemo, 4 or 5. Yeah, then there was some problems within my family. I had to travel to my country, and then when I was there were some problems also with the flight. I missed the flight, but there was God who wanted to show me there is something in your life. So I called the doctor when I was in Kenya to say, oh, I cannot make it, because I was to come and go direct to the hospital to go on with the chemo. So I told the doctor, will it affect or something? He told me no. If next week you are around, it's okay. Then I told him it's okay. So I missed that appointment, but for the next appointment, they were supposed to put some clips on my breast so that it can detect where the cancer is, so that the time for the breast. So, 1 minute. Water, please. Water. Water. So when I came, the doctor had to check so that he can put the clips. But we have a very big God in heaven. A God who answers all the prayers. When you just believe, God is there. So the doctor checked, and he did not see the tumor again. He checked, but he did not see the tumor there again. He asked me if I can allow him to call another doctor to come and check, and I said it's okay. He called the other doctor also came, and he looked, and he said he cannot find something else. So they were surprised, but I told them also there is God in heaven. The doctors, they do treat, but the healer is God. So I went on, but the lymph, there was something that was remaining small. They said they'll do the treatment. So when that time my doctor was on holiday, so he had given me another doctor. So the other doctor, when they had checked, they saw there was nothing. He told me, now you'll wait for your doctor to come and say how we will go on. So the doctor came and he saw the good news already. It was on his computer, and he was so happy. He said at least we started early, so it had not gone further, and the good news is they cannot detect the tumor again. So I'm so happy for God what he has done. But I can just advise people, if the way the doctor has said, for all the women, we have to do the screening, and then when you have the support team, if your family gives you a good support, your friends, it's very encouraging. It helps a lot. Because when you are alone, you start to think, oh, maybe now this is the end, but no, it's not the end. When you just go and listen to what the doctors are saying, all the team, the medical team here, they are very good people. They are very good, all the medicine, all the questions you can ask them, and they'll keep on telling you no. The technology nowadays is very good, so you just follow the instruction for the doctors and everything will become good. So I thank God for the journey. Now it's 1 year and I'm still doing good. God bless you.
Please, if you want to clap, clap. What kind of stories we hear every day, and it's not an easy story to share. I don't even know how I feel right now. And having someone to come and tell, about her deepest secret. But like I always say, when a speaker comes here, I listen and I try to pick up something. Sheila made mention of something, and she said she wants to thank God for technology. She wants to thank God for the medical doctors. Dr. Julie, this is to you and your colleagues again.